Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, welcoming you into a wonderful 2024 with my first video upload of the year. And we are going to do a just dropped from NYX. So I'm going to be going through some new products that have literally just been released by NYX, and we're going to test them out and see how they do. So these products I got from Superdrug, and I know that NYX is sold at Superdrug Boots, you know, online on several platforms, but I feel like I haven't seen these new releases anywhere other than Superdrug at the moment. So yeah, Superdrug was where I got these products from. But anyway, we have 4 products to try. So, you know, not many, so it's hopefully going to be a quick video. But we have the new Duck Plump, and I believe that this is a plumping lip gloss. So hopefully we'll try it out and see how it does. Yeah, so it says a high pigment plumping gloss. So I believe that this product has like ginger oil in it or something, and that's what contributes to the plumping factor in this. I don't think I've tried anything with ginger oil in it before. I've tried products with like cinnamon extract and things like that in them, but yeah, nothing with ginger oil, so we'll see how this works. I also have another lip product, so this is the NYX Fat Oil Slick Click lip product, and again, this is literally just been dropped, new release. We're seeing quite a few brands release this kind of a product recently, and I think it all started with like one of the, I think the Tarte brand, like the Tarte brand, the Tarte Maracuja lips product that kind of inspired this whole thing to set off. I haven't actually tried the Tarte one yet, but yeah, I just thought I'll pick this up because it's a new release, and B, you know, I haven't tried a product like this before, so we'll see how it works. It's one of those products where you click the bottom and it, you know, pushes up to the top, and it's meant to be very hydrating and moisturising to the lips. So yeah, shiny lip balm, that's kind of the vibe that we're getting. So we actually have a new line of concealer and colour corrector release from NYX, and these are the Pro Fix Stick concealers. There were no testers, unfortunately, when I picked this up. I literally think that the Superdrug store near me had literally just put these up, and so there were no testers available to test the shades out. This is the colour corrector and this is the concealer, so we're going to try them out and see if they work, how they work. I'm very excited to see what the formula is like, because I've been travelling a lot recently, and especially on the flight, it's so hard to pack you know, makeup and things, because you're only allowed a limited number of liquids. So I'm in a kind of a travel makeup friendly search kind of a vibe mood at the moment. So concealer sticks, you know, back in the day they were so dry and crepey, and you know, they weren't the best kind of a formula for concealers. So I'm excited to see, you know, now that time has moved on, what kind of formulas we are getting with concealer sticks now, because if this works well, oh my god, it would make life so much easier, so easy to transport, so easy to carry around. And yeah, so the colour corrector as well, I was curious to try it out and see how it works. So we are going to quickly just do some of the base makeup. I'm going to do that all off camera. I'm just going to get my foundation applied and you know, fill in my brows and things like that off camera, and then we will come back to try these 4 products and see how we get on. Actually, before I try the concealers, I'm going to go ahead and put the plumping gloss on so it has some time to work. And yes, it is a gloss, it's not a lip oil or anything. So this is the shade Wine Not, and yes, like I mentioned before, it's NYX Duck Plump lip gloss, plumping gloss. And I'm just gonna, oh, that's a much darker shade than what I was expecting. Okay, I'm gonna just kind of swatch a little bit at the back of my hand. Oh, it's very pigmented actually. That's literally a little dot dab that I put on the back of my hand. Yeah, okay, so let's go ahead and pop this on. Very fat kind of a doe foot applicator, but it is a kind of a triangle one, like a pointed one. So hopefully things shouldn't get too messy applying this on. Oh, it actually you can smell the ginger. Okay. Uh-huh. Tingling straight away, yep. It's definitely tingling straight away, like literally within like 10 seconds of it touching your lips. And although the applicator's quite fat, it's fairly precise in the way that it applies. Right, that's that. So that's all on. Yeah, you can definitely smell the ginger like as you're applying it on your lips. The applicator didn't do a terrible job at applying the gloss, even though it's quite a thick, thick doe foot applicator. Ooh, okay, that is a bearable tingling sensation. I wouldn't say it's anything out of the world. I have tried the Too Faced lip injections before, which a lot of people say that that's very like intense, but I seem to be okay with it. I feel like this is on par with that level of tingling, if not possibly slightly more than the Too Faced lip injection. So yeah, we shall see what this does to my lip, whether it actually does plump them or not. I feel like with plumping glosses, it's a little bit of a... Some glosses just kind of make my lips look fuller, whereas some of them do actually make my lips look bigger. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether the size of my lips will get any bigger. Oh, there's quite a little bit of a... I'm starting to taste the lip gloss from whatever's like on the inside part of my lips, and it's like a sweet, spicy kind of a taste. So yeah, it feels like, I don't know, I'm having like a ginger tea or something, but I mean, it's totally bearable. I can talk, I can move, I think I can carry on with the rest of my makeup fine. So yes, we'll give this the rest of the time to work on my lips and see how it does before we take it off and I try out the Fat Oil Slick Click lip balm. I'm not sure about the colour that I actually went for. It's called Why Not, but I wouldn't say that it's like a purple berry toned kind of a colour. There is a little bit of a brown kind of a undertone to the shade, and yeah, I think I was probably hoping for something a little bit... No, it's not the shade that I'm thrown back by actually, it's the pigmentation. So I think I was expecting much lighter pigmentation. I think I was expecting more kind of a jelly-like gloss, or a more so like a lip oil gloss, whereas this is a full-on pigmented gloss. So the shade is, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the shade. Maybe once I have the rest of my makeup on, it'll settle in to my mind. But the pigmentation has definitely taken me by surprise, which is, it can go two ways. If you like pigmented lip glosses, then definitely this is for you. But if you prefer those kind of jelly-like or lip oil, lighter pigmented lip glosses, then yeah, maybe this isn't the one. But you could probably sheer it out. But because of how thick this doe foot is, you do get a lot of product that comes off it. So yeah, lots to play around with. I love, you know, lip products, so this is definitely up my alley for trying. But yes, it's still tingling, guys. A good, what, 3 minutes I've been talking now? Yeah, it's still tingling. So we'll see how long that tingling lasts for as well. Anyway, now we're going to move on to the colour corrector and the concealer and see how they do. This is the Pro Fix stick, and it's in the shade what's the shade? Apricot, so number 5 apricot. They did have quite a nice range of colour correctors, from you know, more like yellow toned ones to more peachy toned ones to like a red toned deep one. So the shade range looked quite good for the colour correctors. The concealer, however, again, there was quite a wide range, but I feel like foundations and concealers are one of those things that's a forever battle with brands, because it's so hard to find the like perfect shade for you most of the time. Anyway, I just swatched the colour corrector on the back of my hand, and it's very creamy, very, very nice. So that is kind of what I was hoping for. Back in the day, any formula packaged as a stick used to be very hard and like tough almost to kind of you know, use, whereas yeah, that literally was very creamy. I literally just did a little touch there, not even much pressure. And yeah, so this is the Pro Fix stick concealer, corrected concealer, and this is in the shade number 12 nutmeg. So I'm hoping, because I wasn't able to swatch any of the shades, that this works well for my under eye. Ooh, actually that might be a bit too dark. So that is the shade there. I don't know if you guys can see that at all very clearly. Yeah, I think I might have to go the shade down. But anyway, we'll try it on the eyes and see what it looks like. I'm kind of more interested to try the formula more than anything. So we are going to start with the colour corrector. So I'm just going to go into the kind of general areas that you correct for hyperpigmentation. So usually you have the most hyperpigmentation in the inner part of your eye, near the inner canthus. With kind of Asian black skin tones, it's so common to have discoloration or hyperpigmentation around the mouth area as well. I don't know how much to apply or how much we'll kind of need to counterbalance it. With my kind of a skin tone, I feel like you can get away with like orange colour correctors quite well, as well as like a darker peach colour corrector. So this is definitely more on the orange side, even though it is called apricot. I think I was expecting it to be slightly like a touch lighter, but it's definitely, you know, that's definitely an orange corrector. We're just going to go around my mouth area as well. I tend to suffer from very dry lips during the winter, and one of the things that happens is I get sort of cracks right in the corners of my lips, and it's can be quite, you know, annoying. I'm just going to dab this across my upper lip as well to help with some discoloration there. The reason why I'm doing a dabbing motion for the colour corrector is because I don't want to overload my face with product. I can always go back in if I need more, and because this is a stick concealer or a stick formula, yes, it's creamy and it's applying really nicely and well, but it tends to have a thicker kind of a consistency than a typical liquid concealer or colour corrector would. So because I don't know what the formula is exactly like, I'm going in with a light hand first, and then we can obviously build if we need to. So let's start with the eyes. Okay, And the reason why I'm using a flat kind of a foundation brush is because I feel like it's quite good at keeping the product nicely like pinpointed where you need it, and it doesn't kind of over blend the product. So you can either use a very small like eyeshadow brush, or one of these I think also does a good job to blend out colour correctors and, you know, things like that you just want to keep in one kind of area. So I definitely have some darkness going on my under eyes from not sleeping very well recently. So yeah, and also because it's got a kind of a pointed edge, it does quite well at precision. So, you know, if you struggle with like precision when you are applying a colour corrector and things like that, definitely try a flat foundation brush. See, if I didn't have this lip product going on right now, I'd be able to get right up close to my lip, but I'm just trying to avoid that being like taken off. So I've blended all that out, definitely blended out quite well, and I feel like this is how colour corrector is supposed to be applied. I know that on TikTok and Instagram we see people going in ham with these colour correctors and like really applying like a load of product, and you see the bright orange, you know, undertone of it, and it's just, that's not the way it's meant to be applied, because then you have to go in with a whole bunch of concealer on top to cover this orange appearance, which is going to show through if you don't apply enough concealer. So this is the best way to apply colour correctors in small amounts, and if you feel like there's still any areas of darkness, or, you know, still areas that you want to sort of correct, then you can just go in with more. And you know, you still need to use concealer on top of this, so this is just purely to correct the undertone of that hyperpigmentation, and that should do the rest. Your concealer should be doing the rest. So I'm a little bit worried because this concealer is, it's not, I don't know if it's going to be an exact kind of skin tone match. I'm hoping it is, but I think I need to definitely go one shade lighter, so I might just pop back into Superdrug tomorrow and see if I can get the lighter shade. But actually this shade might be good for me in terms of spot concealing. So yeah, anyway, let's apply some and see. That is actually a bang on skin tone match for me. So that's brilliant, at least it's not too dark. So if you are my skin tone, then the shade number 12 Nutmeg is the one for you. If you're wanting a little bit of a brightening concealer, then maybe go for the next shade down, so probably number 11. I think it depends on the undertone. But yeah, that is literally a bang on match. So it's got a bit of an olive undertone as well, which is great. The only thing is I can imagine happening is that because it is a stick concealer, you're probably gonna fire through this quite quickly. But yeah, that is literally a really nice skin tone concealer for me, skin tone matching concealer for me. Phew! It's always so hard trying to shade match yourself when you don't have testers, or like, you know, just in drugstore lighting. Most of the time the stores are really dim. It's just so difficult, so it's always a bit of a kind of a heart attack, not a heart attack, it's not that serious really, but it's always just something that's on the back of your mind, like, oh my god, is this actually going to match me when I get home? So I'm very glad that it does. I'm going to start from my forehead, so I don't even know if you can see where I've applied the concealer on my forehead actually, because it's such a good match. I'm going to actually bring the light down and see if that helps. How's that looking? I don't know. Maybe a bit better. Not so in your face bright. But you still can't see where I've applied the concealer there on my forehead. I haven't even blended it out yet. It's a brilliant shade match. I'm gonna do my chin area and lip area. That is blending out really nicely. By the way, the foundation I used is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless, which I have dry skin, so I did moisturise quite well underneath. But I'm kind of back in a little bit of a matte era. So with my dry skin, it can be a little bit more on the difficult side to have to be using matte foundations, but I really like this one. I've used it a good couple times now. I've even used it for events and stuff, and it seems to do quite well. The last event I went to, I had my makeup on for a very long period of time, and so probably over 12 hours. I think I probably applied my makeup, yeah, definitely over 12 hours. So when I got home and I kind of saw myself in the mirror, it definitely was breaking apart at that point. But pictures and stuff that I took on the day came out looking nice and flawless. And yeah, this concealer is actually really nice. I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit closer so you can see. It's blending out so nicely. Wow. I think that's the best skin tone concealer shade match that I've ever found for myself in the drugstore. I'm very impressed with that NYX. So I think I'm definitely going to try and do a wear test today as well. Just wow, that blended out so nicely. What the hell? That's a stick concealer. If the lasting power on this is really good, I honestly don't have to worry about taking liquid concealer anymore whilst I travel places. And that would be great, because it's been a bit of a pain recently with all the travelling that I've been doing. It's just like additional stress trying to figure out what you can pack, how many liquids you can pack. It's just, so this would be absolutely ideal for that. So yeah, I'm definitely going to try and get a bit of a wear test in. It's now 5:50 that I've applied this concealer on, so oh my god, I'm actually really liking the way that looks, and the way that the concealer covered up the orange undertone of the colour corrector as well. That's amazing. I think I might still get the next shade lighter, hopefully with an olive undertone, because I do sometimes like a brightening effect, a brighter under eye and like a centre part of the face. So that is looking very nice and I'm very pleased. Oh, let me just zoom you out. I'm now going to go in and set my face with my MAC Studio Fix powder, and this is in the shade NC42. So just to set the concealer and stuff in place. I don't tend to bake. I am not one for baking. For the under eyes, I'm gonna just do a very light layer of the MAC Studio Fix because it is more skin tone. And usually I do set my concealers with a light layer of powder, so I want to give this a fair chance, a fair shot to check the lasting power and things. I'm trying to keep my makeup application exactly the same as you know, my normal form of application, so I think I am still going to go in with setting spray and stuff at the end, but we'll come back to that later. But this is how my skin is looking right now with that concealer foundation, and you can see that, you know, it's done such a good job at covering those darker areas, evening out my skin tone, and I really like the creaminess on these sticks. So yeah, I'm very impressed and I'm very pleased with the outcome. Fingers crossed the lasting power is good and then we don't need to worry. Anyway, so I am going to now finish up the rest of my makeup. So we're going to go in with a bit of bronzer, some blush, and we will come back to that last lip product. Right, that is the majority of my makeup done. I'm just going to go in with setting spray. So this is the Milani Make It Last Original Setting Spray. It's travel friendly, so that's one of the major things. Again, a lot of my makeup is like gearing towards being travel friendly and things like that, stuff that I can take, you know, on flights. And yeah, this is 60 ml, so definitely is within that 100 ml restriction that you have at the airports. I don't know if I quite understand the viralness or the hypeness around this, so maybe I should try one of the other finishes and see if I like that one better. But yes, I mean, it's definitely melted my makeup in and taken down and toned down that powdery look, which is, you know, something that I want setting sprays to do. I am gonna try on the last product from this, you know, just dropped NYX releases, and yes, we shall take this off and see what it has done for my lips. The tingling has actually stopped now, so I think I've been filming for at least, what, half an hour, maybe 40 minutes. So yeah, the tingling does settle down. I think my lips look fuller. If I take it off, then I think I'll be able to assess better whether it's, you know, actually plumped or whether it's just kind of made my lips appear fuller. What do you guys think? Zoom you into my lips. I don't think they have enlarged my lips, but I think it looks fuller, and I think that's what most of these lip plumping glosses do for me. They just kind of make my lips look fuller, but I don't think they actually, you know, fully like enlarge them the way that it does for some people. What do you guys think? Fuller or larger? We are going to now try the Fat Oil Slick Click. The Fat Oil Slick Click, and this is in the shade number 6, Hits Different. There are a lot of shades in this line and in this line. I had a hard time picking a shade in this line actually, because again, I think my initial kind of thing was go for something dark to see what the pigmentation level is like, but then I was like, you know what, this is like supposed to be like a lip balm, maybe daily use kind of thing, so I don't want something that's that dark. And yeah, there were at least a good like 7-8 shades of this as well, maybe more. So very nice wide range, very wide colour range. But yes, let's break this open. Right. Oh, it's a shiny one. Okay. So I believe you click until the product kind of, yeah, so it's starting to come up. I'm going to swatch it actually to see what that is like. Oh, okay. So this is one of the shinier, clearer kind of looking ones. So it doesn't actually have much of a tint to it. Don't know if you guys can see that. Let's try it on the lips. So I think some of the shades are glitterless and a bit more pigmented. I think this is one of the lighter colour ones. And like the clearer ones with a nice shine. That actually feels quite nice. Very moisturising, hydrating. It's doing that slightly weird like sticky lips thing. I'm just gonna remove what's on the inside of my lips. Give me a second. Yeah, much better. If you've got excess product on the inner part of your lip, it tends to do that pulling thing, which I am not a fan of. It's got a very light gold kind of an undertone, slight tint, and definitely a lot of glitter there. I don't know if you can see the sparkle. But it feels very moisturising, very hydrating, very thick and like scrumptious on the lips. Quite cushiony. So yeah, it's definitely a lip balm. I was not expecting this colour. Basically, I was not expecting it to be as sheer. I think these kind of pigmentation levels have surprised me. So I was expecting this to be lighter pigmentation and this to be darker, but it's the other way. This is lighter and this is darker. So I don't know if that differs shade to shade. So I don't know, maybe I will pick up a slightly darker shade that isn't glittery and see what kind of pigmentation level that has. I'm going to quickly go through the prices of all these products. NYX is one of the higher priced brands at the drugstore. They definitely are one of the brands that kind of bridge the gap between drugstore and high-end makeup. So let me just double check the pricing on these things. Oh, so these aren't actually that badly priced. The concealer and the colour correcting sticks are $6.99. So I don't know why I was expecting it to be more actually. So $6.99, that is actually not a bad pricing for the drugstore and NYX. Surprise. The plumping gloss is $10.50, which is a lip product and it costs more than the concealer. It could be to do with the amount of product in here. So concealer and colour corrector are 1.6 grams, whereas the lip gloss is 7 ml. So maybe it's down to do with that. And then the Fat Oil Slick Click lip balm is $8.99. So not terrible pricing. Superdrug actually has a offer going on at the moment with NYX products where I think if you buy products amounting to £20 or over, you get a £5 off. So it might be worthwhile heading in and buying what you want to buy now. Because I feel like NYX isn't one of those brands that also goes on sale that often, even at the drugstore. So this is the finished makeup look that we have going on. I am actually thoroughly impressed, and I feel like the drugstore is just, they are doing things now. and you know, back in the day I feel like there was a bit of a difference between high-end and drugstore makeup. You could still find good finds at the drugstore, but I feel like nowadays you know, they've just stepped it up. The formulations, the packaging, everything has been kind of improved and stepped up recently. So I am really hoping that this concealer and colour corrector and things last well on my skin, because if it does, that is definitely a new find for me that I will be travelling with without feeling stress. And yeah, I mean, even the lip products, they did very well. I mean, they took me by surprise, definitely. I think the pigmentation on both took me by surprise. But yeah, I mean, this, I don't know whether it's actually enlarging my lips, but my lips do feel, and oh no, it's doing that weird line thing again. Oh no, that might be an issue with this product. Grossness is gone. Yeah, the pigmentation on these definitely took me by surprise, where I was expecting more pigment from this and less from this. But nonetheless, again, with the plumping gloss, I feel like my lips look fuller, but I don't know if they look larger. But I am curious to try a different shade in this line actually, and you know, see how that looks on me. So this brings us to a close and to the end of this video today. Oh my god, the beginning of 2024 and actually the end of 2023 has been a whirlwind. I have been here, there, everywhere, and I think I say this each time I come on to film, that I've been here, there and everywhere, but it just seems to get worse. It honestly, like, I've just been here, there and everywhere, and filming has taken a bit of a backseat, but I'm really tempted to not allow that to happen again. I hope you guys enjoyed this just dropped from Nick's video, new products from Nick's video. So I will leave the verdict about wear time and everything in my description box, so make sure you check that out. Do please follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I will leave the information of all of that again in my description box as well. And yes, if you guys aren't subscribed to my channel, please do. I am thoroughly grateful for each and every one of you that have been watching my videos and are watching my videos. And yes, thank you so much for all your time, and I hope you guys have a lovely day and a lovely week ahead, wherever and whenever you guys are watching this. Always let the light in and let your creativity flow. Bye.